Hey there, YouTube. It has been a while. I want to first apologize to my subscribers for being away for a while. We had some issues with uh, being able to upload videos. My iPad no longer wants to work. So, Merry Christmas to myself. I bought myself a new laptop. But anyway, I just want to give you a quick update. Jackson is now 6 months old. He's doing well. We had one little hiccup where we had to take him to the emergency room. He was having troubles with some breathing. We took him in just before Thanksgiving, and he didn't require to stay. And we were there for I want to say about 6 hours. They gave him several nebulizer treatments. His pediatrician, the week before we took him in, prescribed a nebulizer and with albuterol. Because he was having some troubles with being able to clear his mucus. So we took him in the emergency room because he was doing some pulling. And for those of you who don't know what pulling is, people with lung problems and kids and adults with CF, they will do what they call struggling to breathe. So pulling is when this area and this area, when they breathe, us normal breathing don't do this. So he was doing that mostly right here when he was breathing. Every time he was breathing, it would come in like he was taking a deep breath, but he wasn't. So he was really struggling. So this area will sink in as they breathe, as well as their rib cage. So if you pretend these are ribs, and the outside of the skin is pulled to the ribs, so then you can see the individual ribs. That's pulling combined with this. So he was doing that. So I made the phone call to my husband while he was at work, and I said I don't know what to do. And I ended up calling the CF doctor as well as his pediatrician to get their advice of what to do, and they both advised that we take him to the emergency room. So while we were at the emergency room, they did increase his albuterol to, instead of a half of a vial, to a full vial. We did that for, I think we did one and then another one a half an hour later to see how he did. And then they ordered some x-rays. So he ended up having x-rays that showed the upper top of his lungs were clear, but the lower part, both sides, had a little bit of fogginess to them, which means mucus in the lungs. So he was struggling to get that out. There was no sign of pneumonia or anything like that. So what they ended up doing was giving him more nebulizers while he was at the hospital. Now his O2 sat never dropped, so he was breathing. He was just and getting enough oxygen. He was just working hard at breathing. So he ended up being discharged that evening. We come home with steroids. They did give him some steroids while we were at the hospital. So we come home with some steroids for 5 days. And I want to say it was twice a day for 5 days. Yeah, I think it was twice a day for 5 days. It may have been 3 times a day. I should have wrote it down for you guys, and I forgot to. I apologize. So he had 5 days of that, and about halfway through, he was starting to do a lot better. And we also did increased chest PT, which is the percussions, where you cup your hand on his chest and do this for the upper lobes, front side, upper lobes, back side, lower lobes, front, lower lobes, back, and both sides, underneath, just underneath his armpit. So we did that, increased that, as well as increased nebulizers on top of the steroids, and he come out of it. So he was also teething at the time. So talking with our pediatrician, she thinks that the combination of the swelling of his teeth, front, bottom 2 teeth coming in on top of the CF and extra mucus. And around that time is when seasons start to change in Maine and throughout the rest of the country. But here in Maine, it's a drastic warm to cold. Plus, he was just released from the hospital. So it was a number of different things that was factors into him being there. But He's been doing well. We have changed some of his medications, which I will do a separate video on his medications. I just wanted to give you a quick update on how he's doing, and again, apologize that we've been away. Hopefully we'll be able to do more regular videos. So thanks again for my subscribers. And again, I, from the bottom of my heart, apologize for not being around. And that's about it. You'll see Jaxson soon. He's sleeping right now. Hopefully he sleeps a little longer. That'd be great for Mom. Thanks again. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.